Five, four, three, two, one. I'm John Miglash for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Okay, let's jump over. I got a kick out of this one on Dilbert. And let's see, it's a little too wide. Get it to fit in the window. The opinionated old guy, if you know anybody like that. That idea will never work unless you know some kind of magic that sends data through the air. I call it Wi-Fi. No one wants that. This is a good way to do it. I should do that more often. So anyway, watch out for old guys. I admit when Wi-Fi was first invented, my computer came with Wi-Fi. I couldn't find any place to get any. And, McDonald's, I think, was one of the first and you had to go to McDonald's. And I remember sitting in parking lots when McDonald's was closed. You could sit close enough to the building to get some Wi-Fi. And, there's still a lot of places that are challenging, like Italy. But anyway, that pretty much works. And I think some old guys do keep up. I used to go get coffee with Bob Stone, who I think was in his 90s when we used to get together at his house. And we would talk about the internet and the impact of it, and he was right up to speed on everything. So choose your old guys wisely as you would any other mentor. But old guys sometimes have time to talk, so. Okay, and Tom Fishburne says, we found that our marketing is ineffective and annoying to our potential customers. With the right software, we can annoy them more effectively. What a great start to Monday. Yes, that's true. Sadly, that's most of what we do with marketing technology, retargeting especially. And most of the reason I find it annoying is because I've already bought the stuff. What's your time frame? What's the time frame of your customers? What's the decision frame? With furniture, mail retargeting worked great because people weren't going to spend, average order was a couple of $1,000s or something. They're not going to spend that just on the spot. It takes a little time to think about it. Works great. Worked great. Worked better than their digital campaigns. On the other hand, if I'm buying a $5 tripod for my smartphone, or something, a selfie stick, if I accidentally click on Amazon, you can retarget me till the cows come home. I've already bought it on eBay. So, but what Tom's point is, and this is the important point, is let's go over here. Tom's point is that, and I got to find where Tom's article is. I like Tom's articles. It's hard to show his cartoons and his articles, but from the brand Eve Sleep, Cheryl says, we've reached peak performance optimization. Everyone has piled in and done the easy stuff in digital marketing. So we come back around in a circle. The only way to stand out from the crowd is creative. Right. And Tom says, I like Cheryl's sentiment of peak performance optimization. So much of the focus on marketing technology has been on the arms race component, tackling the next shiny thing to allow marketers to reach audiences more effectively. And most of effectively wasn't really effectively as much as it was in a timely manner, because digital was faster than traditional media or mail. But now what we're finding is that that's also, the timing is extraordinarily difficult. And even if, let's say, I remember going to the state fair as a kid and there were barkers and they would demo products. We bought a blender one time to make carrot juice at the state fair, a blender that was stainless steel, and it was really, actually it worked for years. It was pretty good. But it didn't really make carrot juice. It made like a pile of carrot mush. But there were all kinds of them selling pillows or selling squeeze out rags that were would absorb anything, or special cleaners that would restore your counters and your pots and pans, and they would restore the copper at the bottom of your pans, and just all kinds of stuff. Okay, so you're all kind of in a buying mood. You're curious, but one or two of these guys were really good, and they would draw the biggest crowd, and they would be selling a lot of stuff. because they were more creative. And so you get 100 people in a room, and after that, after they told you that they're going to buy a tripod, then the creativity kicks in, and you better know how to sell something. And what we do is hone our skills where engagement is the highest, which is male. So just a few editorial comments from the Wisconsin DMA. Okay, so let's go back and roll this thing over. Amazon had a big day. Their second quarter was high, but they chose to really talk about the Amazon Prime Day. But the free shipping is taking a bite, so sales are way up. And they said that sales over the 48-hour shebang made it not only the largest shopping event in history, but also surpassed previous Black Friday and Cyber Monday combined. Wow. I asked my kids, who are Prime members, I said, did you go check out anything? They said, no. I don't know why. They just didn't. Okay, but one-day shipping is costing Amazon quite a bit. It says shipping costs zoomed 36% and now account for 12.8% of total sales. So it's more than 10% of the cost of an item is wrapped up in shipping. Now, I bought some reading glasses over the weekend. I thought they were Canadian because they were priced in Canadian dollars, and that fooled me. They're from China. And they were $1.50 each, and you could buy one and have it shipped free. Try to mail something for $1.50. It's really tough. And the answer is that China's postage is being heavily subsidized, and that's going to end this fall. So order now. It'll be here by then, but just barely. They're arriving in August. So, but Sanders says Amazon doesn't have much choice. Traditional retailers like Amazon, Target are ramping up their e-commerce efforts and take advantage of being able to offer collection from stores. So when I shop at Menards, who's been able to do this for a while, and I used to do it with Best Buy, I used to buy it online and show up at Best Buy and just grab it. And the advantage there is that the last mile is the expensive part of shipping. You can put it all in a container and ship it to Ohio. That's pretty cheap. But when you divvy it all up and get it to the individual house, that's expensive. And that's why Amazon tends to use USPS, except in really high density areas. And so that's going up. And the stores have an advantage. Plus, they have some incremental benefit because you might look around the store and see something. Whereas, that doesn't happen when it shows up at your door. So there's some benefits the store has, and their free shipping can be significantly less because their distribution is set up to serve the stores significantly less. They just have to put it in a pile in one spot for the clerk who waits on you, gives you the stuff. So I do see that as a comparable and maybe a better solution, especially if you have a couple of items, but one is crucial and you really want it to be in the store. You can check the store inventory, see that it's there, and everybody pile in the old station wagon and go get it. Okay? Now, on that note, I did want to get to this. Oh, this is too big. Let's talk about this one over here because I promised Andrew I was going to talk about him. Andrew says, if you're not creating content specifically for different audience segments, please start doing so now. And I'm a little puzzled by that, and I wrote to him and I said that. I said, I don't have that many followers. I have 5,000 on, almost 6,000 on LinkedIn. I have about 4,000 on Twitter and a couple of hundred on YouTube. So, not even 10,000. And it's hard to tell. It's hard to see patterns in that. I get about 100 views on LinkedIn every day, but not a lot of comments. And so, I talk to marketing people, I talk to CEOs, and we're trying to make it high level enough, make it technical enough that people get their thinking challenged, make it philosophical so that there's a different take on the news. But I just... I'm curious about this, Andrew. I'm curious about how I would segment better. I could do it to the retail industry, but there's magazines for that, and frankly, they have one article in a month that's good. And there's e-commerce magazines, but they have one article maybe a week that's good. And we're trying to do better than that. So it means we're going to touch on some things each day that might interest you, maybe some humor, maybe some comics. And so, cross-reference your results. Yeah, when you don't have many followers, that's hard. And I think I have more followers than most of the people I follow. So this idea is good. Rather than eliminating your less effective content, you can tailor it. So every now and then I'll think of something. I think one of the articles I covered was either the article was extremely good or my criticisms might have been extremely good, and I'll post that individually. And so this is a case where I might do that. I might carve out this, and I got a new video editor because I was working a little bit with Scott Adams, and he didn't care, but I learned a new video editor. So on that note, like and share. Have a great day.